And here we are in the virtual yurt. So here's the door. Here's the computer workstation. Here's the shelf with a lot less stuff on it than on mine. Here's the sink. Here's a hat rack that doesn't exist in the real yurt. There's my light. There's my dresser. There's what's in real life is my air conditioning. In fact, you can hear it coming from that direction as I rotate my head. Here's the bed, bookshelf. Here's my IKEA rack. And then we're back over here with the front door. Now, if I look up, you'll see that I've cut away part of the roof ring here so that it's easier to see inside and out. Now, what I'm going to do next, I'm going to rotate around to the right here, and I'm going to teleport up to here so we can see the yurt from the outside. So now if we look down over here, here's the yurt from the outside. And what I did is I originally made this model many years ago in SketchUp, but friends don't let friends use SketchUp, and I made this new model with Fusion 360. I just finished the class, the actual, I guess but like the ending of the speaking webinar part of the class was about, I guess, a week ago at this point. Still working on the project. They provided, the backgrounds and the cityscape and stuff, and I just kind of put those together. But I designed the yurt, and I'm using most of their assets on the inside. There's a couple things in there that I designed custom. And now I can warp back down here. Now I'm sitting on the bed. This is actually where I spent a lot of my time, where I wrote my resume and cover letter for you. This is the part of the project I'm working on right now, which is the book that has a cover that opens. So that's where I stopped. And one other thing that I've done is I made it so you can grab like the clock. So I animated the clock. The clock wasn't animated, so I wrote the code to make the hands work. I found it more elegant to use 3 separate small scripts, one for each hand, instead of doing them all together. I don't actually know if I added this feature. We'll see. I'm going to throw the clock away and we'll see what happens. Does it go back? It does. Okay. So one of the custom coded things I made that wasn't part of the project so far is that when you grab an object, like I wanted to leave the yurt open for the time being, which means it's real easy for things to just sort of like fly away by accident or on purpose. But you'll notice that when I throw something off, it teleports back into place. That's a custom thing I made. We got the hats over here. Let me see if I can find the... I'm going to teleport to the front door. This is actually a little vertiginous to like look out over here. And I'm going to turn to the left over here, looking back. Here's my seat where I sit. And then over here, I'm going to teleport over to the sink. So I got the functional mirror, which mostly came with the thing. And then here's the hat rack, and this is an example of using sockets. So the hats hook onto the sockets. And then there's also a socket on my head. Put the hat on, and now you can see where my head is. I kind of love this. I want to make... This actually looks like the drover hats that I actually wear in real life. So I'm kind of in love. It's also amazing how much more personal it makes to have a head, even if it's just got a hat on it. So put that one back. Let's see. Oh, and then the last thing is one of the challenges was to make a magnifying glass that actually works. So I did that. And, there's obviously like a camera and another projection screen in there. But not only does it work, it works both ways. So, other than the standard kind of like random abusive stuff that people do when they're having fun in VR, this is, I don't know if you know anything about Star Trek Deep Space Nine, but this is Cisco's baseball here over on the edge. So, you can do all this kind of random stuff that's fun. And everything teleports back. But that's basically as far along as I've gotten so far on this part of the project. And that's basically the biggest VR project that I've done so far. I'm itching to keep working on it, and I'm even more itching to start working on my own VR projects. But I have a commitment to finish that by the deadline because I want the certification and because I like to finish what I start.